too many counters on the board for the Slark. I think Ace is going to suffer. I feel VP as well.
Alright, okay. It's a clean sweep for Virtus Pro as far as our panel members are concerned. We're about to head into game number 3. All the marbles up for play. This is for a top 3 finish at the Supermajor. Let's find out how it goes down with our commentary team of Cap and God.
That's playing away, baby!
And it's not terribly surprising that it is a clean sweep for our panelists. After all, Game 1 went to the better late game. Game 2, same situation. After all, we pushed it to 80 minutes. So in Game 3, they're going to go with the better late game lineup in Virtus Pro, who've got a Void and an OD. Greedy gods. And Secret, all they had to counterpick it was a last pick Visage.
Yeah. So far, it has been the story of the team on the timer has not been able to beat the clock. See if Secret have any better luck here. I like Visage as a hero against OD. Visage does struggle in the lane a bit. He's definitely just a weak laner. But as far as what the hero brings to the table, it's pretty annoying for the OD to play against the Grave Chill and the birds running at you. The kind of items you build, if you're on equal terms, are just not really going to help you play against Visage typically.
Battle Hunger slowing down Pasha. Yapzor give him even more damage, but Pasha will get there for the bounty rune and snatch it up before Yapzor can grab it. So, gonna have.
This is quite exciting.
Oh, Yapzor's just gonna keep running at them. Feeling like his lightning bolts can actually beat out. Solo's gonna challenge him, but he does have Vada coming over. The axes come in, but now the Battle Hunger's gonna slow down Solo. Both part ways.
Harassed. Solo's got this. Oh, for a second he put his smoking into his inventory. Yeah, he might be going for this Painted Solo Courier snipe. Say, look, I'm too low health to help my lane. Let's go find some couriers. Classic Solo stuff. Game 3 decider. You find a courier. Suddenly you've swung your mid lane in your favor. It's very annoying if he can actually get his hands on it, but for now, mid 1 is not bringing out any items.
So they do manage to, I'm not sure who this is more favorable to. I'm guessing maybe the Skywrath Mage lane, but they dodge the Void versus Axe. But it also means now that Slark doesn't have to deal with Beastmaster in lane. So they both kind of protecting their carries, and the offlaners will match up against each other.
Yeah, I guess, yeah, both teams have their carries against each other, and they're a little bit happier. Skywrath is still in that offlane, so his harass can be very annoying for this Slark, but 9-10 goes South Shield. Ace has more than enough regen to sustain himself here, so realistically, like you say, both of these heroes should get pretty good farm.
Now, the panel said they were a bit concerned that Secret wouldn't be able to close out the game. That is in part why we saw a Visage last pick from Secret, right? We at least got a solid building hitter in the Visage.
Yep, he'll likely rush the Helm of the Dominator. It's the most common build, get the siege creeps, push towers very easily with that. And you do hit this mid-game timing where you can be very scary.
Oh, bottom lane, Solo's dangerously low, and Vada will be able to complete that kill. Now, Pasha is going to be able to grab Vada here. If he pops the mangoes and gets the axes, Vada pops the healing salve, will actually heal a little bit more. 5 more seconds until he has the axes again. Vada going to try and run the clock out here. Puts out the Battle Hunger, and Pasha will stop pursuing. So, get the kill and get out.
Importantly, he cancels the salve at least, but Vada still surviving. Lane does kind of start to stabilize a bit for Pasha with the axe being bullied out a little bit, but he's also managed to pull some creeps away with him, so pretty good for him.
Meanwhile, top lane, the sustain from the Witch Doctor is allowing them to deal with the same kind of harassment that the Zeus is trying to put in bottom lane from the Skywrath Mage. So feels like Secret's going to be a little bit better equipped to deal with the laning phase on both sides.
Yeah, and that's something that VP don't have in this bottom, that kind of sustain. They just have their health regen that they buy, the Stangos themselves, etc. They don't have that built-in sustain, which gives Secret a small little bit of edge in some of these side lanes, but overall CS-wise, it does still look pretty good for VP here. The off-lane where they've got the harasser, that means the Void's farming, and mid-lane OD has a very favorable matchup. He is crushing the CS here, 16-7 to the 8-3 of Visage.
Yeah, start trying to contest the pull. They actually let Solo get that one off, but they do take a good amount of farm.
They're going to get a little side pull of their own in this bottom lane. You say that? They're not. Good, well done by Pasha to pull it off. You can't let enemy offlaners get this big camp pull. It just denies a lot of farming experience if you're not there to actually take the last hits.
How's the Slark versus Void? 19-4 for the Void, 15-0 for the Slark. Paralyzing Cast comes out with the Maledict. Now they're going to slow down Ace. He actually, oh no, the penalty landed onto Ramses. Ramses, good block standing in front of the Slark like that.
Not what Ace was expected. Yeah, give him the tip. He had salve and plenty of tangos left to not have to go back to base, even low on health there, but it must have been so close as far as getting that pounce away. It didn't even really look like he was fully blocking it.
Zeus gets a ward behind no one here. Help mid-one a little bit. Now Roger, with the imprisonment onto this, they're going to try and dive mid-one now. They have the concussive shot to be able to slow him down. The TPs are coming in. Mid-one's trying to get to the trees, but he won't be able to make it in time. Puppey slows down the OD, does manage to get a lucky paralyzing cast bounce. Yaptor comes in from behind as well, spots the ward, kills it, but Roger might be able to get away as a result. The lightning bolt's just not going to slow him down enough. So BP, this time they're the ones who walk away with a free kill.
Again, those TPs off the lane just put pressure on Secret's other side lane. Suddenly Witch Doctor's not up there. He's out of mana and health from that little small clash in the mid lane, so Ace is on his own. Does mean he's getting solo experience, but he's not going to be getting quite the same farm without the Witch Doctor there, as we'll see teams contest over these 5-minute runes.
Axe is going to get here, though. Pasha is going to get called up. The bounty rune taken by Fada. He's going to run for the other one. The Disruptor's already there, though. Pasha
is skill there.
And Kinetic Field blocking him out. Yapster will get one more Lightning Bolt, but they can't get the Battle Hunger just yet. If he gets Vision, Battle Hunger not quite going out. Nighttime Vision a little bit too hard.
Narrowly escaped. Battle Hunger might not have been a kill there with the one charges, but it would have been very, very close. Looking pretty good for VP. All three of their cores getting decent CS here in the laning stage. Void about to hit level 5, so that level 6 Chronosphere. The synergy with the Skywrath, that's going to be something that Secret have to always be scared of.
They got the silence onto the Slark. If they get a bash or even just manage to pounce away into the trees, he's trapped.
Without the bash, not have the escape he needed.
Bottom lane, it is going to be solo dying here. Yasor picks up the kill, and now the body block. The axes come out, and it's enough to finish him off. They trade out the support.
I think it's actually fine for VP. You get a solo kill to your Beastmaster, who's already having a great time in lane. Losing a Disruptor there is not a big deal. That's a level 2 Disruptor for a level 4 Zeus, so much bigger kill going VP's way.
Pounce landing onto Ramses. He does have a time lock.
Ramses just feels like he has a bit of a free lane now. At least until Slark perhaps at level 6, because that's when you can trade more efficiently as a Slark. But at the same time, Void will be level 6 and you have to be scared about dying.
Yeah, especially with Skywrath Mage making his way back up to this top lane.
Full level advantage on the mid lane as mid one about to hit level 6 as OD hits level 7, but this is unfortunately pretty standard for Visage. Loses his lane, at least initially, but once the birds come into play, he should be able to get much better farm in this lane as well as pressure for kills.
Time to see that happen. Ramsey's trying to go for the kill on Puppey, has time walk away as Ace hits him with the Dark back.
This was rotated in as his hit on mid one.
Try with the Visage Familiars. Oh, they actually kill Roger. Ramsey's trying to get out, still has the time walk. Waiting for Yapsor to get his gank on the mid lane. Ramsey's still trying to run this out. Oh, that was dangerously close.
He's still chasing. He's not quite fast enough. Yeah, he had the Dark pack, but could have perhaps got the kill, but he didn't maybe quite know the time walk cooldown. Yeah. Didn't want to risk it.
You could tell they really wanted to stick it out until they got 6 on this Faceless Void. Wanted to kill the Slark before he got his 6. But being pushed out of the lane might give Ace the advantage here. Bottom lane, Kinetic Field out onto Fada. They do have another set of axes in 2 seconds time.
Oh, solo again, very low. Does have 1 charges, but Yapster did not have another bolt soon enough as...
Careful, Ace. You get badged up like this, might receive a Chronosphere immediately after.
Yeah, the second you get that timely bash where you get him down to like a 3rd health, that's where you may just chuck out a Chronosphere and see if you can get another bash to get that kill.
Missed the concussive shot. Yapsor went out of vision.
Felt pretty quiet for the Visage in this mid lane, despite being level 6, just using that to secure himself more last hits. He's overtaken OD in terms of denies, 14 to 11 now. It's a lot more tricky for OD to get these last hits, but he's got Maxed Astral, so he's able to at least use that to get some farm.
What do you think about this faster Blink Dagger build from Fada? He just goes the Ring of Health to give him a bit of sustain, so he doesn't always have to play with tangos.
Yep.
And then he's going straight into that initiate.
I like it. They're the lamp on the timer. Top lane Ramses will get away from Maldic, but yeah, they're the drop that needs to play faster pace, needs to put pressure on, and that's where the blink makes a lot more sense. If you're the team that has better late game, that's when you can go for the defensive Vanguard type build. Still doesn't ever feel good playing the Axe like without that Vanguard.
Yeah.
You always feel like you're all in on this Blink Dagger, like you have to get kills with it or you're just not making much happen, but considering you put a 4th position Zeus, I don't mind seeing Yapster go a bit less of a greedy build because Zeus, we've seen, just popping damage shots almost every single game, even in the support role.
Yeah, so he could just be kind of a initiate and die sort of hero. After all, it's like, if he tried to scale, he's pretty well countered by this OD, and so...
Yeah, it's a tough Axe game. See that as things go on, but here we go, VP.
Full rotation, wrap around the Roshan pit. And up to that mid lane now. One.
It's about to wear off though. They have to go soon or at least hide themselves on this high ground.
Concussive shot goes out. They do have the Primal Roar. He needs to drop the bird, and it's perfect timing underneath the tower too. So Pasha, he's going to take a ton of damage. Fada is almost here in time. Ace is on the other side. They catch Pasha in the act. What a beautiful setup. Roger saved by a haste rune. What a godsend from Ice Rug himself.
Great reactive micro from mid one there. Knew he had to instantly stun the Beastmaster. Got him mid-roar. Very heads up as he keeps himself alive as a result. And he's just about to complete that Helm of the Dominator. Unfortunately for him, he didn't get it by the 10-minute... Oh, Siege Creep's still there, so if he can bring it out, he may still be able to pick up a Siege Creep, which I feel is very important for the secret timing. If they want to smoke with this Axe Blink Dagger, if they want to turn kills into towers, having a Siege Creep, big difference.
And if he can take that tower, then all of a sudden the Visage starts rotating around. And OD, it's a big problem about OD, right? He is a very slow mid hero. He likes to camp it out, farm it up. Visage will start applying that pressure pretty early. Ramses does have the paralyzing cast bounce back to him. Now he take a little bit more damage. He gets the pounce off. The Chronosphere laid out, but Ramses outside of it and just dies to the Maledict.
What a play from Secret to get a kill on a Void with max time walk like that.
But he gets the Battle Hunger off just to give himself more armor, but he doesn't have a prayer. There's a lot of magic damage coming out from that Static Storm. Now Pasha's going to be slowed down. Secret, they're just trading out kills here. The concussive shot is going to be able to slow down the Visage, and he silenced up as well. Couldn't get the big nuke out, and now he's in trouble. The axes come out from Pasha. He receives the nuke, but he will get the kill.
Used that Helm of the last second before he died to pick up the bottom lane Siege Creep, so at least he has that for when he respawns, but Visage dying there. Greatest outcome. The kill he gets did not feed him any experience, which is what he really perhaps eyeing off at this stage of the game. A few more levels can make a big difference. Getting those level 2 birds up nice and fast. Decent increase in their damage output, but now Secret are kind of creating enough chaos to get their Slack some good space here. Build towards that Shadow Blade. Wow,
Alright, Ramsey just keeps on getting bashes. Paralyzing cast comes out. Get the Maledict on him, and with the time dilation, Ramsey's actually going to fight. He's just going to get the kill on the Witch Doctor. Looks like his ace is going to leave him behind. Axes to take the kill. Pasha. Thank you very much to Ramses.
Quite the fortunate bashes on the Slack who didn't need to pop the Shadow down. Still looking pretty good for VP, who are playing at a slower pace and have less pressure on them. The fact they're even and slightly ahead is a very good sign that Secret's draft really starts to come online.
Yeah, Sir pulled back to his doom here as Roger wraps in from behind. You could see, I was going to say just a minute ago, Gods, I'm feeling Secret right now. They're doing pretty good to keep up with VP's pace, but then we just see 2 back-to-back kills from Virtus Pro. They continue to play all of the lanes, it seems, and are constantly putting pressure on Secret, constantly threatening kills on heroes.
And that's the other bad thing about this Axe build, is it kind of stunts this 10-minute stage of the game where he's close to Blink but doesn't have it. You feel like you can't do anything. If he has a Vanguard, you feel a bit more confident just to frontline, skip waves. But without the Blink Dagger, he just feels like he can't really offer a whole lot, so he's been jungling mostly. Does have the money for it now after some tower trades. Mid one gets bottom while VP gets top.
With the superior nighttime vision of the Slark, they do see this OD while they're smoked up, and they're trying something, I guess, but they don't have the Blink Dagger on the Axe. It's coming out on the Courier now, so I think they're trying to wait that out. Oh, they know he's actually wrapped up into an area that they can sandwich him until he force steps down. Now he's going to be caught by Ace. He does have an imprisonment. He'll buy himself a little bit of time with that. Solo has to try and protect him here. And gets the vision onto Ace. Ace tries to challenge, gets out of Static Storm in time. Meanwhile, the Primal Roar with the Chronosphere locking down 2. They're going to try and blow up the Axe first. Mid one, he still has his Visage Familiars out, but his Puppey who's going to die to Ramses here. Secret try and bring their entire team inside of the pit. Now they're actually going to turn. They see Ramses does not have a time walk out, but the imprisonment save. Now, oh no, the silence! The Slark gets blown up. They come back and Ramses stays alive. The Visage Familiars couldn't quite get the kill. Secret trying to fight in the same area twice, and it goes badly both times.
That was 3 kills and then like an extra 400 gold. 2 Familiars as well as a Helm with a Dominator creep. That's a lot of money to be giving away at this stage, and suddenly it goes from like a 1k gold lead to over a 3,000 gold lead, all off of Secrets over aggression. VP just have the better teamfight lineup, and they also have this incredible save. No one makes so many clutch plays in this fight. His team is the better off for it.
I can't help by wondering what would happen if Fada just had that Blink Dagger, you know, 30 seconds sooner.
Yeah, he was having it come out on the courier, didn't go to the side shop because they were already in the jungle, so he didn't want to have to waste time going back to that shop. Wanted to stay aggressive on the map, but they don't have an instant stun if the Axe doesn't have a Blink Dagger, because Witch Doctor's cast, easy dodge for OD. No one's going to make that play 10 times out of 10.
Oh, Solo gonna go for the ward play, drops the ward, sees if he can get the glimpse. Fada couldn't.
Does still see him. They've got a ward by that bounty room, but they're not going to overcommit to too much here. VP's draft just looks so scary right now. Like any team fight, if they get off their spells, like a Chrono with a Skywrath ultimate, they've got Beastmaster roll for it. Anyone that gets gone on by an Axe with a Blink Call has an OD banish to save them. We saw 2 key banishes that fight from No One to save people, as well as 2 key force stops. The initial force stop to get himself to the low ground, and then after saving the Void who popped Mask of Madness, he force stops him after the Astral to get him away from those Visage Familiars. It was just clutch plays from VP in the team fights. It only gets more difficult for Secret as time goes on.
That is true, but the Vision game will be pretty easy for Secret. They've got a Slark Zeus combination. They've got these Familiars as well to be able to scout out things, and that'll be the way that Secret gets back in this game, right? It's like just having the superior vision and finding those either initiation to team fights or the pickoff.
I totally agree. They haven't really put much time and effort into it so far. There's still 4 VP wards up on the map, but that's something they are going to need to address, and I would say start thinking about addressing fairly soon, because their lineup's meant to be online around this stage of the game. They want to be fighting before Void gets his next item, particularly if he's going to go for this defensive BKB first. That puts Secret on even more of a clock, I feel, because suddenly there's one less hero they can even go on.
They TV down to the bottom lane, trying to get that Axe initiation, but the Chronosphere does catch the Witch Doctor, doesn't hit Vada. It's actually leaving Solo, tries to get off the Static Storm before he dies, doesn't really catch anybody, but Yapzor gonna be swallowed up by the Axes as well as Roger. Now Ace is gonna come in, manage to catch Roger pretty easily, but Vada misses his initiation onto Ramses. Oh no.
VP do all that without the OD there. They could have definitely had at least 1 save, potentially out of a 4-star or an Astral. They weren't looking for a big team fight, they were just looking for a small pick or 2 and getting out of there. And it's a 2-for-2 trade, so it's not even a bad trade for them by any means, as they kill off Yapzor's Zeus. Supports for supports on both sides, though often it does feel like Yapzor is not a support.
Asha, cheeky bugger that he is, grab some of those Ancients. Vada will be able to complete his Vanguard still. A little bit more.
It's like there's this conflict with Secret where they need to be making these plays and getting aggressive, but they have few players like Yapzor. He just wants to keep on farming, getting some more levels. He knows how well he can scale as a Zeus, but ultimately, if you look at the other team, you may be able to scale as a support 4 position, but their lineup as a whole is going to outscale you.
Held inside the kinetic field, Ramses not time walk forwards. That would be a very dangerous move.
Here comes the smoke from Secret. They recognize the position there, and they don't have 2 heroes here, though. Ace is finding wards. They're showing 2 top, though, so this may actually succeed because of that. With that said, VP do have 3 to 4 heroes in the neighborhood.
They've got the global presence of the Zeus now. Ramses almost went too far forward. Vada's smoke is going to wear out, so he's going to put himself in the side shop area out of vision. So he can still get that big initiation.
Could drop a ward in the lane if he needs to. No one's just sitting perfectly behind Ramses.
Yeah, they know. And sure enough, the
Not
initiation
gonna work.
goes off and immediately the imprisonment onto the Void while they drop everything onto the Axe. They successfully bait it. Now the Zeus actually pops his ultimate. They'll catch the solo Disruptor. But trading out their core Axe, not going to feel great, especially if they lose more heroes. No one with a blink in imprisonment, straight up Chronosphere. But Puppey does manage to get a paralyzing cast, instantly silenced and taken out by the OD. Mid one will fall as well. Pasha is here with a Primal Roar, so it's a good thing that Ace didn't show himself.
A lot of extra gold. Once again, we've seen this before. Just the helmet looks like the birds should be able to fly out, but that's 200 gold extra. DP just ready for Secret. That's such a good read because two heroes showed top. Both Zeus and Slark were de-warding together in the top dire jungle, yet still VP showed incredible patience sitting behind their Void bottom, recognizing that this Axe who is showing in lane is actually, the Visage, sorry, is actually a bait. The Axe is there ready, but VP were 2 steps ahead.
Simultaneously, right? Like, Secret should kind of know when they had so much free time. You know, with the Zeus and the Slark farming during those areas, if they could have just gotten the information by pushing out the waves a little bit, maybe they wouldn't have gone for that fight. No one actually kills Ace in the bottom lane. Well, we're going to fall solo, get blown up by Yabsor. Sure, he's going to die to Ramses, though, for sure. Now, Puppey slowed down by the concussive shot. Ramses blows his BKB, but he will kill both of the supports for it. Warded with the double.
Yeah, the Beastmaster Shadowblade Roar initiation, something that we hadn't seen yet. Slark was Shadowblading in, looking for a kill, couldn't find anything, and then he backs off to farm, and the second he shows himself, Asha just goes charging in, recognizing there's his opening to find his first big Shadowblade kill of the game. Everything being VP favored right now. The team that was on a timer is not only not playing fast enough, they're behind. They're losing the early game, the mid game, and down 5k gold when your lineup is not going to scale well is a big, big problem.
Yeah, 3 cores, all top net worth, and one of them is Ramses, who's up by almost 3k above your Visage, with the highest on the side of Team Secret. And they're about to do Roshan. Fortunately, Zeus does pop the Thunder God's Wrath. They'll get some vision, but they actually just going to keep going. They're going to smoke up and let Ramses continue to solo it with this double damage. Chronosphere's coming up in 3 seconds after all, so they're ready to take a fight.
Double damage room makes this very difficult to contest. Secret, they're smoking towards it.
They're going to smoke up, and they're far too late.
Underestimate how fast VP can do it. It looked like to them that maybe VP backed out of the pit after that Zeus ult, but that was not the case.
Oh, they managed to get the initiation on the Void, instantly saved by the imprisonment. The Roar out onto Ace. Pasha almost solos up Ace, but he does manage to get off his ulti. Shadow dances away. Ramses still charging in, still has a BKB, Chronosphere, and an Aegis, so he can be fearless. And fearless, yeah, sure enough, he goes straight for mid one, and they'll take him out pretty easily. Now they're going to go for the familiars as well. The side, though, Axe managed to get controlled up by the Disruptor. Great Static Storm kinetic field. And again, Ramses didn't even have to blow. Okay, he's going to pop his BKB now as he starts going for the backline heroes. He sees Yabsor super low. He's going to try and trap him inside the kinetic field underneath this tier 2 tower. Yabsor, that's going to be 4 down from VP. They just always keep moving forward. Ace, he's going to die as well. He doesn't have the Shadow Dance back up. That's a wipe.
They make it look easy. That is what is so incredible about watching this Virtus Pro team. They just play these team fights perfectly. OD, no one always there with the timely saves. Slark only survives the initial roll because OD did save him. That was the slightly positive news, but if you're Secret and you're not getting these clean initiation pickoffs, you're in a tough spot, and it just feels like the entire VP draft has come together perfectly. They've got counters to everything. The Void countering the key hero in the Slark, the OD save countering the Axe initiation. At that point, you're playing this fast-paced lineup with a Visage that can't play fast-paced because you can't make these moves.
Right. Axe trying to make his counter initiation, but they got to find a way to get that Axe on top of the OD, preferably with +1 there. You could see with the Ramses pops his BKB and spot Zeus. He just leaves the Witch Doctor for the rest of his team.
They may have a play if love that guy's smile. If Yabsor can get up to this Ag Scepter, if they initiate with Axe, they can pop like a Zeus ult, and that could potentially stop OD's Blink Dagger. Then you could drop a Nimbus on him. If you get that mini stun on Zeus, like we're talking like a bit later on here, like a level 20 Zeus with the Ags, but at that point you can kind of deal with the OD while Axe initiates on someone else. That's one possibility, but that's a lot of big ifs there that need to kind of come into play.
Yeah, that sounded like quite the laundry list of objectives. Now you've got a BKB on the OD, making it that much more difficult. Virtus Pro, I think, understood how far ahead they were, and they just solidified that lead with their double BKB. Yeah, they're just like, okay, now we've got superior team fight almost guaranteed, even if we don't get the initiation like we have been doing.
Any Chronosphere is a guaranteed kill on that target because they just don't counterplay BKBs very well, even with an Axe ball on their side.
Hold back, so absorb. Quite dead, sir.
Yep.
Are they gonna go high ground?
I think they legitimately could consider it. They don't have the Necrobook, but they push a little bit slower, but their team fight is just so much better that they're not afraid just to force Secret to try and defend this one. Their main outspam is the Zeus, and he's dead, so who actually goes and tries to poke at them? You need like that poke damage if you want to take a fight defending high ground. You've got to get them low before you can go in, and
now the Chronosphere, but no one doesn't have his blink up, so it won't be able to immediately follow the damage, but the Skyrock Mage can at any point. Drops the Mystic Flare, now they are going to be able to take away the Aegis, but on the side they spotted out the Axe, managed to get the initiation onto him with a Sentry. Thankfully, they stopped that initiation, or that could have been a bit disastrous just outside of the Secret base.
Ace managed to creep skip, not one, but 2 creep waves. He had no interest in coming to the fight. Going to ulti and TP back to base, so that will stop the push. That really highlights just how far ahead VP are. Ramses, after respawn with Aegis, didn't even have to pop his BKB to get out. He just time walked away, no problem. No follow-up stun to his respawn. VP, so easy for them to keep getting these kills. They're ahead, and they're playing this draft that not only is the better late game, but also has this crazy patch. So you're oft on the back foot your Secret, but you're getting glimpsed back. You're being chased down by the blink force off on OD, by the time walk of the Void. It's just harder and harder the more this game goes on.
And we're talking about like big important items being picked up by VP. Blink Dagger for Void, the double BKBs. Meanwhile, on the other side of the table, Slark, what has he done with all that farm? Well, he's picked up an Echo Saber, which I'm not going to say is the wrong item. It just feels like it's not going to be nearly as impactful as all these other items that VP have gotten at the same time.
No, as much as it is the standard for pickup on Slark, it doesn't feel great. Being scouted by the Disruptor, forced to pop an ultimate. He may still die here.
He's spotted out by the Hawk. He's still going to get glimpsed. Pulled back, kinetic field, instantly silenced as well. There is no escaping the Beastmaster and Disruptor combination.
It may have just been a game where you go Shadow Blade into BKB. As much as it doesn't feel good because that doesn't help you against Chrono or Roar, you just need some way to guarantee the ability to fight. Because that is the only way. When you're down like this, you can't farm and split push your way back in. At some point, you're going to have to actually fight your way out of the hole.
Yeah. Well, they're going to try and bank on the upgrade of their Aghanim Scepters. Mid one has his, so that'll kind of help. We also have the just the point booster for Yapster, and he's working towards the Aghanim. Top lane, roar out on a Puppy, immediately leaves as he sees Mid-One's Visage, and he's going to be caught by Fada with TP'd in. Chronosphere actually catching Visage, and he's going to try and lay in some damage onto the Axe, but that's just calling spin more. All right, well, maybe they can reinitiate still. Ramses.
Secret recognizing that there were 3 heroes mid, just punish the out-of-position Beastmaster.
Familiars just keep on running at him, but
his position there is not too bad until VP showed mid. They showed 2 heroes trying to chase down Familiars and Axe Illusions, and once that's happened, Secret's like, wait a second, these heroes are behind the tier 2 tower? Like, let's punish this. Finally, Secret actually capitalized on an opening that's presented to them, and VP kind of helped create one, but even so, it's a pretty small, inconsequential kill that VP will just use this time to keep on farming.
if you're Secret, though, oh man, they're getting close to the blade now on Fada, so maybe they don't want to keep going. But I'm thinking, like, let's try and build up some momentum, you know? Start attacking VP a little bit more on their side of the map, but Secret doesn't want to just yet.
Yeah, it would be nice, like, even following that kill, just immediately smoke, like, not everyone, because that's a bit too obvious, but like 3 heroes, 4 heroes, have someone show pushing a lane, someone like the Visage, and then just look for that next follow-up pickoff. Very tricky situation to be in because they want to find these kills, they want to play aggressive. If you do that and you don't get them, suddenly you're wasting time where you could have been farming up key items that may get you back in the game. The Ag Scepter on the Zeus being one of the next big items. Batta's changed his 2, no longer has Blade Mail queued up. Considers a Shadow Blade, a BKB. See what he ends up on. He just seems to be changing his mind constantly right now, and I don't blame him.
I kind of get that because the Axe Blade Mail is not going to be that effective in this game, but how he initiates, who he initiates on, is more important, right? So I could see how that Shadow Blade would be more important than the Blade Mail.
Yeah, I agree. If you can find a way to get on the OD, that would be amazing. See how he does. Also like a pseudo split pushing item in some ways too, which it feels like as much as Secret need to fight their way back in, they're gonna have to do a fair amount of split.
Yeah, and I think the BKB would also be a fair enough choice, right? Because then at least you can initiate on anyone you want.
Yep.
And the imprisonment won't go down on you. The problem is it'll go down on whoever you jump. So.
And I feel like we're seeing that most of the time in these fights, where almost every time OD's just using the Banish defensively on the Void or whoever it's been called. It's, you know, Catch-22, what is the good item? There isn't one that's painstakingly obvious to us, and it seems like to Fata as well, because he's queued up 3 different items in the last minute.
Oh no, Puppy. Trapped like a rat. Stuck in a corner. Oh, BKB activated by no one. I'm pretty sure Puppy will call that a win. Trying to catch Yapster right now, Ramses.
Radiant's bottom tower has a nasty situation.
This is Familiars again, cutting waves. They're behind the tier 1 top tower, just doing what they can to
see
be pesky.
Yapster.
Radiant's bottom tower has uninvited guests.
Blink Dagger on Void, his gap close. He realized, you know, the one thing maybe limiting BP is just how fast they can close the gap and like that reach aspect. So they're going to get the Blink Dagger with the Time Walk cast range, because split push is somewhat the name of the game for Team Secret, and that's where having multiple ways to close the gap is going to be very important for BP.
They used that Zeus ultimate, spotted out some of the VP heroes, so Ace kind of knows he can keep pushing out that bottom wave, and it does have the double siege wagons, so it's a good time to put some pressure on a tower if possible. We can't rely on that information for too long. He's got to get out now, but he's been chronosphered up, and Ramses by himself. He doesn't need any help.
I thought he would need like a +1 follow-up, like a roar at the end of the chrono, but not even close to surviving. The Slark just got pummeled. They're going to instantly press forward in the mid
pull
lane.
back Fada. They know they have the numbers advantage. A TP away is pretty smart, but the imprisonment is instantly there now. No one pops the BKB as he spots Puppy, who is trying to get a paralyzing cask in. Instead, he's probably going to die. Fada's going to be roared up as well. Puppy's going to be chased down to the ends of the earth, it seems. While inside of the base, they're going to pull back the Zeus. He's already dead before he hits the ground.
2 players on Beyond Godlike streaks on VP. This just sums up how far ahead they are and how clean of a game this has been for both No One and Ramses. Nothing that can touch them at this stage. Secret will shoot through all their buybacks, but these buybacks do not. Puppy. That was like that was a taunt in itself. Let's TP our 5 position in the middle of 5 enemy heroes.
Paralyzing cast, jump forward by Ramses. Again, Fearless is going to be called up, immediately imprisoned by No One. He didn't even need the save, but it was there anyway, just in case. Mid-1 controlling OT as best as possible, but Ramses is free to swing on these objectives. Raxes should fall. I don't think Secret can do anything about it. They're going to try and wrap around with Ace and get a fight afterwards, if possible.
You can see for all the vision that Secret has denied VP, it hasn't really hindered their ability to play Dota. Definitely an interesting way to approach a team who has such great warding and vision game, but at the end of the day, if you can't team fight or find kills by denying the vision, it doesn't really amount for much, and that's kind of been VP's motive this game, which is just, you know, you can't kill us, and we can definitely kill you with about 5 different things.
Virtus.pro with full control of this game, just like both teams have been doing in this series, playing pretty careful around the enemy, giving them a lot of respect, will secure greater and greater advantages. This time around, it's going to be the Aegis Cheese.
VP definitely showing different colors here on the second to last stage, on the main stage, playing a lot more cautiously than they have for a lot of the earlier stages of the tournament. Now they're in the low bracket.
No, Ace couldn't even finish him off, and now he's revealed he's going to be imprisoned. Solo pops us down. Roger's going to get instant damage onto Ace. They will take him out. He can't even kill a Disruptor.
Double bracer.
Double bracer
I was
plus
looking
the 200 health.
I was looking at Solo, I was like, man, he is really struggling there. I suddenly see like 12 sentries on the map. He is doing everything for his team.
20k net worth for Ramsey.
Get 3-shot, no one inside. Buys. The list goes on. As far as problems that Secret do not have any solutions for. They're going to need some cheat codes at this point if they want to get through this one, it feels like.
Yeah, need some. Greed is good. Give Yapsor a good 5k gold. Let him get the Aghanim Scepter.
Dire's top tower.
He only needs another 1100, but it feels like Virtus Pro are just not going to give him that space.
They're just going straight in the high ground. Don't even need a full-on creep wave.
At the moment.
Backdoor protection being disabled already. Not sure if they'll be able to get the Rex as well, but they're going to go for it. They're going to look to try and force Secret to make a move and defend this.
Try and catch Ramses. He blinks away, but Solo is a little bit of a corner now. Ramses jumps back in. A Chronosphere that pretty much only hits the Witch Doctor in the back line. Mitch get a really good call, but Axe, he doesn't do enough damage, and they already pull up the Slark, so there goes everything. Oh, Secret. They're going to have to... No.
They're going to have to GG
They're
out.
going to have to GG out, because this game is over. This series is over. Virtus Pro, we might have had a tight late game 2, but they just showed with utter dominance that they are the superior team to Secret.
Yeah. VP winning when they have a superior draft and just superior game plan looks so good, so convincing. And then VP game 2, we didn't really like how their draft scaled as well. They still drag it out to 80 minutes. This team, something we've talked about a bit, like when you can win or have these really close games with a draft deficit, that's what you got to do. Be able to like be competitive with a inferior draft, and VP has done that. They've also stomped